I'm studying urban design.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's a large scale of architecture, or?
I'm studying more how people interact with space. It's not so much structures or infrastructure.
Yeah.
Particularly, I'm studying how people adapt to changing climate in cities.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's about the climate, the weather change.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And so are you doing a project about urban design?
Well, I just started. I just
Oh,
started 5
yeah,
days ago. But I will be working on a project about the impact of climate change in Cambridge
Yes.
on public health.
Oh.
So how
Wow.
it's impacting, how heat wave, how snowstorms, how flooding,
Yeah,
all of these
yeah.
things are impacting people in Cambridge, and how it changes the way people move through space, the types of investment decisions that they're making, other aspects of their well-being.
Yeah, like the interaction with the environment, people, and
Yeah.
You study this major also in your undergraduate?
In my undergraduate, I studied environmental science.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
related.
yeah, it's related.
And now I'm more studying kind of negotiation, community engagement, conflict mediation. So how cities can make choices, investment decisions, planning decisions, design choices about taking into account future climate and how they can assist people in adapting to climate change, particularly people who are not as capable of supporting themselves. So people who are non-English speaking, who are immigrants, who are low income.
Become refugees.
Refugees, people who don't have access to cars. It's harder to evacuate, it's harder to repair their homes, it's harder to afford heat, air conditioning, all of these things that are being made more and more challenging as the weather becomes more and more extreme. And so how the cities, like local municipalities and states, can make choices that are taking into account future weather when they're thinking about planning for vulnerable communities.
Yeah, I think this is a very important topic. In the freshman year or sophomore year?
When I was an undergraduate?
Yeah.
Yes, I did, many times.
Oh,
Really?
I did. First I was Spanish literature.
Oh.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah.
And I also studied sociology.
Yes.
And then I studied environmental science, but more how it relates to people. They call it political ecology.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of it. It's kind of like the merging of two different fields. I'm very curious about how people make decisions in challenging circumstances. And I had spent a lot of time in Central America, and that was one of the places where I was seeing that people were dealing with incredibly adverse circumstances, and so I was studying, Latin America and Latin American literature to try and understand the psychology of how people were making decisions, for example, during wartime. And in sociology, it's the same thing. It's how people organize themselves, how people make decisions, how people survive through community in cities.
Yeah.
And then environmental science, same thing, how people make hard choices about their natural resources. And I don't know, I'm just interested in people, and there are different ways of thinking about people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. We also think that is very interesting.
That's important.
Yeah.
Studying MIT will focus on Boston, the weather or the climate?
At first it will. That's the first project that I've started working on, but I don't know yet. I have a couple of years, so I'm not sure where I'll go next.
Yeah. The field is wide, I think.
Yes.
Everything can.
And there's a lot of climate impact is so localized. It really varies so much from place to place. Like you're dealing with typhoons, I was dealing with drought. I mean, like opposite problems.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
So the need for local planning is so great that I hope to visit many different places and see how everyone is reacting differently and what they can learn from each other.
Yeah.